Now we have the latest from Minneapolis, where protesters are out once again.
Residents and state leaders are pushing back against the Trump administration one day after an ICE agent shot and killed a woman in her car.
And CBS LA's Rachel Kim is monitoring tonight's developments. Rachel?
Yeah, Pat and Juan, a lot of new developments today. Federal officials, they continue to defend the agent's actions. But today, the governor of Minnesota pushed back against the decision to keep the investigation solely in federal hands. Protests boiled over in Minneapolis. Officers scuffling with a growing crowd outside a federal building that's serving as the base of the immigration crackdown.
We are not here to attack. We are not here to provoke. We are here to prevent, and we are here to keep our neighbors safe. State and local officials are demanding ICE leave the city after an officer shot and killed an SUV driver on Wednesday.
This was an act of domestic terrorism.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says the officer was hit by the SUV and treated in the hospital. She says he had followed his training when he fired shots at the 37-year-old mother of three who was behind the wheel.
This vehicle was used to hit this officer. It was used as a weapon, and the officer feels as though his life was in jeopardy.
Local officials say that's not what the video shows and accused federal authorities of spreading propaganda. Minnesota's governor says that's a mistake and asked ICE to leave.
Let us, the professionals, handle this on Minnesota soil, this investigation. De-escalate this situation by removing yourselves from this situation with these 2,000 agents that were put here.
At the White House briefing, Vice President J.D. Vance said that won't be happening. The immigration crackdown will continue in Minnesota, as well as door-to-door investigations to root out fraud. The agent who opened fire Wednesday has now been identified as Jonathan Ross. He's a member of ICE's Special Response Team, a specially trained tactical unit within the agency's enforcement and removal operations. Pat and Juan, back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Rachel. A lot more to come on that.
Okay, Rachel, thank you. And L.A. is no stranger to ICE operations.
And protests over the killing of Renee Good in Minneapolis are taking place in several locations here.
CBS LA's Joy Benedict live in Boyle Heights tonight, speaking with the attorney for two local cases where agents opened fire. Joy?
That's right, Juan. I mean, this is obviously an incident that strikes to a lot of the hearts right here in Southern California. We are live right now. We're on Mariachi Plaza here in Boyle Heights. They are about to start some sort of a demonstration, obviously not only in honor of the woman who died in Minneapolis, but all those here in Southern California who feel like they're being targeted. It's a call to action. Activists and demonstrators saying enough is enough. This group stood in front of the federal building Thursday morning, holding photos of Renee Good, the 37-year-old mother and U.S. citizen killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis.
Does that mean that we have an out-of-control agency with absolutely no accountability, and we have a president that will not speak out, will not take control, will not take responsibility? I think that's a dangerous situation.
But Southern California has also seen its own dangerous and violent encounters with immigration agents. Carlitos Richard Parillas, who goes by Richard L.A. on social media, was shot along with a deputy U.S. Marshal in October. Carlos Jimenez was shot in the back on this street in Ontario the same month. And back in August, Francisco Longoria was shot at while being detained.
They broke the window and punched him. And so these are tactics that are used to really instill so much fear into the community.
Attorney Cynthia Santiago represents Longoria and Jimenez. She says things are escalating.
These times are becoming more and more violent and dangerous against the community. And
she says the best thing people who want to help can do is stay back and get an emergency contact number for the person being detained.
I recommend that they ask them, like, would you like me to contact a family member and provide me that number? And then that way they just simply are preserving some of their rights and not necessarily saying their whole identity.
And why is it important to not reveal your whole background?
Because it's a legal right. Individuals are being approached by masked agents with guns and, with all this body armor, and they're being asked, are you legal? Do you have status? Where are you from? And then that's where they, give sometimes statements that will incriminate them. And so that's why we're telling folks that they do have a right to remain silent.
Now, we should mention that all three of those cases are working their way through the legal system right now. Certainly something that a lot of us have been following throughout the months here. As for what's going on here, they are expected to start this demonstration anytime. I'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Joy.